The Investing Project is about helping ordinary people achieve substantial wealth without upending their everyday lives. The Million Dollar Experiment is a real-time example of this project in action. And my foundational premise in leading this project is that I am not an expert in any of these topics. Rather, I'm building a system that weaves in other people's expertise and makes it possible for me, and you hopefully, to achieve tremendous results in a very short time. So remember, I'm not a financial advisor. So don't just blindly copy me. Instead, use this as a framework to integrate your own choice of experts that will help you achieve the results you want. Welcome to week 12 of the Million Dollar Experiment. Here's our weekly update. So this week we had 4 trades. 3 of them were wins. 1 of them was a loss. And we, of note, we met our month 3 target for the income engine with, I think we had $942 of earnings within our Million Dollar Experiment for month 3. So that's good. And then any extra that we earned, which is, I think, was another $451 this week, goes into our alternate account. So that's looking good. And over on the investing, the growth engine side, that seems like it's charging along as well. The sell-off today has made it slightly more of a question mark of whether or not we'll be assigned shares at the end of next week, which is the end of month 3. But you know what? There's a lot of time between now and then, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We're going to jump into the spreadsheet in a moment and have a look at some of the detail. So jumping into the spreadsheet, as mentioned, we have the 4 trades from the income engine this week, totaling $951. 3 of them were wins. 1 of them was a loss. The loss came today with the substantial market meltdown that happened. But fortunately, we managed to meet our month 3 target on the first trading day this week. So in fact, if we go back to the beginning of week 10, and we could sum all of our trades to $942. So we made $942. Our target was $811. So we met that target. And then everything subsequent has been in our alternative or simulation account. And that was an additional $451 this week. So this was a pretty decent week, all things considered. That's in the income engine. When we go over to the growth engine and look at our investing, when I ran these numbers yesterday, it was sitting pretty nice. We had claimed 209 of the 309 that we wrote at the beginning of this month. However, with today's sell-off, we will have lost a bit. So if I refresh this sheet here, now it looks a lot less attractive. Now, the reality, of course, is that we've claimed the $309. We earned that at the beginning of this month, and that's ours regardless. The only question is whether or not we'll be assigned the shares at the end of next week, at the end of the month. And we'll see when we get there. There's a lot of time between here and there. So the market may very well bounce, and we may find ourselves with no shares assigned, and we'll just go ahead and sell puts again. On the other hand, we may have shares assigned, in which case we'll sell covered calls. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And now, if we look at our totals sheet, we can see where we stand for month 3. And as I mentioned, this was all of what we were doing in our actual Million Dollar Experiment account. And this is the extras that we've earned, and we'll see what we can do to add to that next week. But at the end of the month, we should have $10,736 in our Million Dollar Experiment account. And we will be adding another $3,000 to that, but that's at the end of next week. It's getting ahead of ourselves here. So at the moment, we're sitting well. We've achieved our targets, and we'll just keep on plowing for another week. Oh, just one more thing before we sign off. If you would like to download the exact plan and blueprint that we're using to drive the Million Dollar Experiment, you can download it for free from our website. It's at theinvestingproject.com. The link is in the description. There's also our Million Dollar Experiment YouTube channel where you can see all of the trades that we place as we place them.